Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com, and we're playing some Explore once again, brand new format, very excited for it. And this is a deck that two of my teammates played in the qualifier last weekend, so over a week ago, and Shahar Shenar went 7-0 with it. Mike Sagris, the builder of the deck, went 3-2 with it, and this is a Bolas-based mid-range deck. Nicol Bolas rides again. Of course, Nicol Bolas is the kind of the Thanos of the Magic universe, and this is basically just the Rakdos mid-range deck. You know, a lot of the cards we've seen before. I actually played that deck in the qualifier myself, but instead of leaning on Glorybringer and stuff like that, we get two Bolases, which are both really, really powerful. A Nicol Bolas Dragon God is a really, really powerful Planeswalker that's just kind of hard to cast. Black, 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 blue, red. 4-mana Planeswalker, it draws cards and sucks their permanents away. It can kill anything, creature or Planeswalker, and of course, if you can basically win the game if you fire up the ultimate. So, extremely good Planeswalker, really, really good. Also, Nicol Bolas the Ravager is just a good, solid card. 4/4 flyer for 4, makes him discard a card, and if unanswerable, turn Nicol Bolas the Arisen and win the game in short order. So, these cards fit perfectly into his mid-range Rakdos strategy with, you know, Fable the Mirror Breaker, Bonecrusher Giant, Bloodtithe Harvester, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, all the usual stuff here. And blue gives you a little standard vampire here in Corpse Appraiser, which is 3 mana for a 3/3. It's a graveyard hate card. It's a card advantage card. Just super solid card. Great to copy with Fable. And just a good card in general. Kind of taking that Trespasser route. Splitting the difference here. Not playing the full 4 because you might not have a target. So kind of going back and forth a little bit. And the mana base is pretty good, honestly. We have Xander's Lounge now, of course. A bunch of buddy lands and dual lands and all sorts of stuff make splashing pretty easy compared to Rakdos. So you lose a little bit in like the mono red and aggressive matchups, but you gain a lot in the mid-range and control matchups where the Boluses are going to be phenomenally good. You can't Heartless Act the Nicol Bolas Dragon God. There aren't many good Planeswalker removal spells in the format, so real good. Sideboard has excellent cards in it. Duress, Ray, Heartless Act, but the big thing that blue adds, if you splash blue in a mid-range deck, you get counter spells, and counter spells are a great breaker for mid-range mirrors and for control decks. So Disdainful Stroke, Negate, just a smattering, just a few, just, you know, for flavor, but super solid. Also one Scarab God, it's a pretty awesome one as well. So deck looks super fun. Everyone loves Nicol Bolas, and myself included. Let's get to the game. So first, wait for our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, round 1. Rock and roll. It's Daddy Bolas time on the draw. That's okay. That's okay. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Hey. Well, we got a Bolas. I don't got much else, though. We're going to fire at the mulligan here. Sure. Very, very solid hand. Very, very solid. So we're going to keep this. And we got turn 1 Hive, Thoughtseize. Then turn 2, I guess, Blood Crypt Stomp if we want it. So we're going to ship the Clearwater. Yeah. We're going to rock it like this. We could also go Lounge on 1, Hive, Crusher on 2. We'll see what they do. We are on the draw. So let's see what their opening is. We'll decide when it's important to cast our Thoughtseize. Untapped, Hallowed Fountain, go. Very interesting. Not many things this could be here. Consider Spell Pierce. Man, interesting. Very, very interesting. I think we're going to Thoughtseize. Our curve is basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So while our lands might not agree, let's see if we can get Spell Pierced here or not. I imagine it's a consider or option like that. It was Spell Pierce, and they declined to cast it. They want to cast Consider instead. All right, so they've got, this must be a Greasefang deck, like the Esper Greasefang deck. I think Rafine's their best card. Unfortunately, their hand's pretty Thoughtseize proof with double Consider, so their hand could be anything. Could even be a boat. We're going to take Rafine here. And our hand is not very good against them, honestly. A little bit clunky right now. Consider, sure. Greasefangin' around the world. Consider. That's a new card. That's a new card. And we're probably just going to cast Bonecrusher Giant as a creature, not even bother playing Stomp to get Spell Pierce. So, probably just playing Xander's Lounge next turn. Tap land. Go. Yeah. Alright, so play Lounge. Say go. Just hard cast Bonecrusher next turn. They consider again. Now their hand's completely different than it was when I Thoughtseized it. So not ideal. Not ideal. Somewhat of a reason why you can not always want to cast Thoughtseize immediately. Because you can kind of wait till the more important turn. But there's Informant. Hopefully it doesn't just like discard Parahelion and draw Greasefang next turn. That would suck, but discarding an Informant. Alright, cool. And we'll see if they play... They don't play an untapped land. And we draw Thoughtseize. That's actually excellent. So we're going to stomp Thoughtseize here. We'll Thoughtseize first. Decide exactly how we want to do this. But look at their hand. It is a Greasefang. Let's take the Greasefang. Spell Pierce, Fatal Push, Informant, sure. And then we'll fire up the Coast. Fire up the Stomp right now. And looking pretty good. Their hand now is really thinning out. We have Chandra. They have Spell Pierce. We'll be able to play around that as necessary. Informant. A little conniving. A little conniving action. Alright, they found the Parahelion. That's not good. That's not good. That's pretty good for them. So, and now they have an Informant ready to rock and roll. We can't cast Chandra to Spell Pierce. Alright, we're just going to cast Bonecrusher here and play land. Now we're at the mercy of them drawing Greasefang, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can do about it at the moment, because our hand just sort of is what it is. So, hopefully they don't get lucky and go runner on us with the Helion into Greasefang, but we'll see. Here's the attack. No blocks. We have Stomp in our hand, so... One white. Nope, just kidding. One blue. One white. Ledger Shredder. Siga. Alright. It's funny how casting two spells here is like kind of bad, actually, but we're going to attack. Can't play Chandra into Spell Pierce, obviously, so we're just going to Bonecrusher, kill the Informant, and play it, and just try and make some moves here, realistically. Unfortunately, we don't have an answer to their combo, and Norvis led to the Shredder right now, so we're just going to try and kill, and then do our thing. And they get to loot here, which puts them one card closer to Greasefang, but by applying more pressure, we're giving them less time overall. So it's not ideal, but... Discard Fatal Push. Okay. Got a 2-4 Shredder. We're dead to Greasefang. And now if we draw a land, we can go through Spell Pierce too, so... White, Informant again. Lots of, another Parahelion. Land untapped. So now we draw an untapped land and cast Shadow through Spell Pierce, which is cool. We did not. We did not. We did draw Abrade, though. I guess we're just going to try and kill our opponent. So, Abrade Harvester. It's funny, because we actually have Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but they have 2 Parahelions now, so I don't think it's worth it. And they could also just have, like, another Fatal Push in hand or something like that. It is a way to not make them shred. It's kind of interesting. I guess, you know what? We just drew a Abrade. What am I thinking here? Now we have a Abrade to play around. We can kill a Greasefang now, so... They have Spell Pierce to defend. It's a very, very interesting spot. What do I want to do here? What do we want to do? Because if we want to hold Abrade up, Abrade basically costs 4 because of Spell Pierce. And we attack here and trade. It's not ideal. I think we just attack. Offer a trade. Well, I'm going to play the Harvester. It does put us shields down, but it's just going to give them a 1-turn window to draw exactly Greasefang. And if they use mana to draw it and tap out of Spell Pierce, we can still get them. So I'm going to give them the 1 turn to draw it. I think it's more important to put pressure on the board. Play Harvester, make blood, say go. We can also sacrifice this, or discard this Chandra to the blood too. Probably in the end step. All right, looks like they had the push. All right, so they had the push, so good thing we didn't go for the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. And now they got nothing left. They have Spell Pierce and nothing. So just don't draw Greasefang. Please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Spell Pierce is good in this deck. It's a good way to both just be an interactive card and also defend your combo. It's kind of cool. All right. I'm discarding Chandra here because it's just a 4-mana sorcery against Spell Pierce. We draw Fable. All right. Untap and draw the Marsh. In for 4. Again, I mean, we can cast Fable and go shields down again. Or we can just hold up the Abrade. We are presenting lethal now, which is a little bit different than it was before. So I think we just play land, so go 7-6. Lethal on board between Hive and Bonecrusher, and of course the defense against the Greasefang. Tainted Indulgence. Draw 2, discard 1. Discarding a land. Here we are. They are facing down lethal, so they can't get too frisky here. Or can they? Alright, down to 5. Nothing. Wow. Untap. Draw another Hive. So they must have Fatal Push in hand. There's just no way they don't have a Fatal Push in hand. But at the same time, we can fire up. I guess we can't go for it and leave up Abrade. The Spell Pierce has been really annoying. I guess we just attack, right? Just attack and see what happens. Alright, put them to 2. Untap land that would have been so much better. I think they have push in their hand. That's my read right now. And of course, Bonecrusher is currently lethal. If I play this, I can't play Abrade. Again, play around Greasefang for as soon as they go. They can't target this, and this is lethal. So, unless they plan on chump blocking, we look pretty good here. Untap. We draw a land. Okay. It's funny, they could cast 2 spells here and make us a 3-5, but that would be pretty difficult. They've already cast a bunch of Considers and stuff, so. And I'm not going to fire up the Hive, because I believe they have Fatal Push. And by firing up Hive, I give them a chance to cast 2 spells for Shredders. So, we're just going to attack. I will not give them targets to their removal spells and allow them to cast multiple spells. So, excellent. And now I get to play Fable, and still have mana for Spell Pierce. Resolve. Alright, you're up. Walking the tightrope here a little bit, but we got it done. We got it done. Alright, cool. So, should be a pretty good matchup for us, because realistically we just have a bunch of removal spells and Graveyard Hate in our main deck too. So, Dispute's pretty interesting. Counter Shredder and Rafine, which is kind of cool. Of course, Ray of Enfeeblement kills Greasefang, which is nice. Gonna bring some of those in. I would say that Heartless Act is only okay. I'd say our walkers aren't great against them, because we just can't really afford to just like tap out for something big. The hearses can come in. Kind of like the Dispute. I think we're just cutting a lot of the big stuff. Realistically, just a lot of the big stuff. Just can't afford to tap out. So take out the Boluses. Take out the Ravagers. Shave a Chandra. We saw that game, they have Spell Piercer deck, so Chandra's not super exciting. I can even see going to 1 Chandra. And now we have like Ray, Push, Act, Abrade, Hearse, Trespasser, Appraiser, and then it's a good mid-range plan also. We are a little soft to Rafine. I guess Push with Revolt can kill it, but we might even be interested in the Scarab God or Bolas over Chandra just to play around Spell Pierce. Although, of course, I'm not sure how many Spell Pierce they actually have. It's funny how Heartless Act is not great against them. It's good against Greasefang, but not much else. They have Negate. We have Negate Stroke, which seem okay. I think this is fine. We can kind of small ball them, I think. We just, typically, you just don't want to have the clunky stuff against the Spell Pierce combo deck that you can't afford to tap out against. Yeah, sure. Hand's good. We can keep this. We might want to go, like, Lounge on 1, Thoughtseize, Dispute on 2. We'll see what they do. Want to have Dispute for Rafine. It's a big one. Blue go. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go Lounge. We're going to go Lounge go. So they consider, and they keep the card. Play land. Play Informant, sure. So I guess the worst case scenario here would be they discard Power Helion, we Thoughtseize them, they have 2 Grease Fangs in their hand, we just lose the game. But if that exact sequence of events going to happen, they didn't discard that anyway. So we got a Hearse too now. That's great. That's great. We like that. All right, so play a black land. Thoughtseize them. Their hand is Rafine, Emperor, Push, Duress. I think I want this Duress. I also want them to just cast Rafine, which we're going to Mystical Dispute, and that's very well disguised. And then Emperor is good, but I just don't think we can afford to give them Duress. We have our Hearse in hand, which is pretty good. We can beat the Emperor, like, just whatever. So there you go. Also not guaranteed that they can cast the Emperor, because they don't even have a double white yet. So, get out of here. Take 2. Let's play Hearse here. Play the Hearse. And say go with Fatal Push up, Abrade. We're a little flooded, but just don't draw a mana for... God damn it. Alright, that complicates things, but... Right, here's Informant. Take 2. End step. Start working on that graveyard. That was actually a mistake. I should have left the Rafine, I think. Because I have my Corpse Appraisers. It's a lot of lands. Alright. Play lands, say go. We have a Braid and Push, but can't actually touch the Emperor yet. Fortunately. The Hive can get in there and get the Emperor, but they have Fatal Push in hand. We'll see what they do. Put a counter on that. Alright, so that's fine. I think we're going to Fatal Push the 3-3. I'm going to keep the Abrade in my hand, though. I don't mind taking 2 here to have more options. With the Hearse in play, it's hard for them to combo anyway, but... Alright, so exile 2 more cards. And tap and draw a Graveyard Trespasser. Good card. A little awkward, because we obviously have been working on graveyards already, but sure, it's still a solid card. Play this, play land. Could fire up the Hearse to attack the Emperor. They would push it, but, you know, perhaps better there than elsewhere. This is fine, though. I'm just going to untap. See what they do here. Oh, God, don't do it. Oh, Banishing Verse. Alright, so Banishing Verse. Discard a card off Trespasser. It's going to be an Indulgence, which is great. Discard cards are so good, mid-range mirrors. The Verse is fine. We allow that. And then we'll at the end of the turn. I imagine they'll plus here. And then we'll Abrade the Informant. Not making it a 2-2. Alright, sure.
Guards, to me.
Alright. That's fine. Ugh, that's a pretty good draw. Okay. Yeah. It's funny. We could, like, Abrade the Ledger Shredder here. They could kill their own thing and save it if they want to, but then they have lost their push. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go 3 damage here. See what they do. They want to push their own Informant. They can save the Shredder. They're not going to. Okay. So keep the Hearse going. We have Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but only lands otherwise. We draw Fatal Push, which is also not great. Too many kill spells this game. We drew way too many kill spells this game. We haven't drawn an actual creature yet, really, except for the one Trespasser. Again, we can fire up the Hive and attack the Emperor. They will kill it. I guess we want that, though, because then our Hearse is available to attack next time. So I guess we're just going to do that. Feels bad, but... Alright, so they've just made a major mistake. By trying to kill this before I actually attack with it, I don't get to exile a card. That doesn't actually matter, but now I can crew my Hearse, which is a major mistake from them and going to cost them the game, probably, honestly. Attack here, push this. Very, very major mistake. And now they have nothing. So, now they have a 2-1. Now we're playing off the top. 6-6 Hearst versus 2-1. Let me draw a Thoughtseize. Alright, I mean, it obviously will stink if we just died if it's stupid 2-1, but we'll say go. Down to 6. Ugh. That's brutal. Alright. Trespasser resolves. It's a glutton because it's nighttime and I'm actually just dead on board. That's gross. Alright. Sure. Tough game. Tough game. Take the Abrade. Sure. Why only one card? Alright, so end step. Exile 2 things. Keep the creature for Appraiser and my own glutton. Let me draw a land. Alright, I mean, kind of a lame game. Unfortunately. Need to draw a non-removal spell card. Now we're on the play, so the Planeswalkers are a little better, I think, so they're a little safer to cast. I definitely want to bring these Chandras back in, I think. Is it possible we have too much removal? It might be. It might be. Chandra's also a removal spell by itself, too. Because push can't always kill. I'm going to shape a push. Shape a push. Give the raise, too. Bring at least one more Chandra. Fable, Appraiser, Bonecrusher, Trespasser, Dispute, Heartless Act. This is fine. We just drew really bad that game too, so we just drew like 7 or 8 lands and no spells or no threats, so that's okay. On the play, game 3, not worried at all. Not worried at all. On the play. Hand is good. Awkward, but good. Turn 1 tap land, turn 2 Thoughtseize tap land, turn 3 start casting stuff. Looks good to me. And of course, any untapped land makes all of our lands come in untapped. So, except for the Anders Lounge. Lounge it up. Do 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 boo do 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 do. So they duress me, but I have 2 Graveyard Hates and a Thoughtseize, so I think our hand looks pretty good. Take the Thoughtseize. We draw a Fable. Alright, so get the Fable on 3 here, which is pretty good. Don't really need to play Hearst right away. There's no way they discard a Parahelion here, so Informant will discard. The Wandering Emperor. Woo! It's a good card. Play Fable, so they go. Let's get our Fable train online. Might actually just ditch the Hearst, honestly. Double Trespasser. Like, I just not need it. Informant number 2. I don't have a very high opinion of this card in Explorer. I think it's just a little too underpowered. Obviously, it's a cool synergy card, but like, I don't know. Discard Spell Pierce and don't have any lands. Very sad. Yeah, I'm gonna discard the Hearst here, I think. Now we have Shaman or Goblin plus push too. I want to draw a land for Trespasser. So I can go Trespasser and Bonecrusher this turn. Do I discard another Trespasser? That's kind of iffy. I do really want to draw a land. And they obviously have the cards to get rid of it. Interesting. Because we obviously really want to stomp this, not push it. Because we want to save push for Greasefang. I'm just writing 2 of these. Damn it, no untap land. Alright, I guess we can just double stomp now, right? That's pretty good. Just like stomp stomps they go. They can't Greasefang us with only 2 lands in play, so this is all fine. Stomp this. Attack. Make treasure. Get that snowball rolling. Xander's Lounge. Stomp again. Now we have push with treasure, Graveyard Hate, and good threats. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. Land untapped. 14 life. Their own Trespasser. Sure. I mean, that's fine. Obviously, it's a good card, but... we draw Lounge. Flip our Fable over. And... I guess we're just going to play our own Trespasser. Can't attack for treasure, unfortunately, but we have active reflection next turn, which is great, so... Trespasser, eat a creature, drain ya. One baby to another. It's all the Nirvana references today. I also just have 2 Bonecrushers waiting in the wings, too, so... There's land 4. There's Rafine. That's pretty good. Now if they attack, I just block it both. Yeah, they can't even like really get in, so untap and draw a land. Interesting. Very interesting. Can copy Trespasser, we can double Bonecrusher, we can do a lot of different things here. I kind of want to be able to reflection also, though, honestly. There's currently 1 creature in a graveyard. Attacking with Trespasser is pretty appealing. I could copy and attack with it. I could play Bonecrushers. I could even, like... What if I were to... Because we with Reflection Trespasser up, we have instant speed Graveyard Hate if we want it, which is awesome. So what if I were to just Fatal Push the Trespasser off the treasure? But then I gotta pay, I gotta discard the card. I can't do multiple things, but I think it's fine. So what if we were just to go to combat, attack, oof, not you. Eat the Informant. Make a treasure. Make a black. Target this, I'm sure. Rafine ain't doing much by itself anyway, so discard this. Get in for a little chunk. They're at 11. Cast Bonecrusher, and now we have instant speed Reflection plus Trespasser, so they can't just Grease Fang us out of nowhere. And we're gonna end step make a thing, on our turn make a thing, and just kill them. Shredder's fun. Better have more than this. Fatal Push on a Goblin Shaman. Ouchie wowie. Yeah, Fatal Push is so much better in the red decks because you have treasures and stuff and bloods. Kill my Goblin Shaman. Sure, whatever. Discard a land. Didn't even pump it. That's good for us. All their bodies are very small. So we're actually going to end step Bonecrusher, I think. I guess we have multiple 3s, so like, I might as well just copy this and drain. Yeah, sure. So end step, copy this. Hit off the Trespasser. And untap and draw Xander's Lounge. If we copy a Bonecrusher again, attack with everything, they block here and chump and take 7. That's not enough. So I think we just attack with everything and leave up our instant speed Trespassers. So attack with you. May I go to combat, please? And exile Emperor, exile whatever, Fatal Push. They'll probably block to keep Rafine alive, chump block with Shredder. We cast Bonecrusher and say go. They have a sneaky Wrath in their deck, which would suck, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so they had another Fatal Push. That was the answer. So now our shields are down, but they can't do everything at once, so we'll just copy Trespasser again, nug them for 1. Get them for 1. They go to 6. That's dead. This is dead. Here's Bonecrusher. Your turn. We've got a bunch of power in play, and they're at 6 life with no cards in end and no power healing in the graveyard. Sweet. Yeah, so these mid-range decks tend to be pretty good against the Grease Fang decks. They are explosive, but We got a lot of the angles covered. 1-0. All right, round 2, rock and roll. All right, play. Keep. Hand's great. Let's go. Thoughtseize, Harvester, possible Appraiser. Of course, just like in Standard, Harvester and Appraiser are awesome together. You like sacrifices to kill a thing, then exile the thing. So maybe other 3-drops also. So good old Corpse Appraiser. Let me see your thoughts. What are your thoughts, opponent? Something similar. All right, so they're just straight Rakdos. Pretty easy Fable here, I think. Trespasser is very, very good, but Fable is definitely the best card and the hardest card to answer on like a 1-for-1 basis. So we're on the play, so we can get them before they can Trespasser us. So ideally, we just draw a land and cast Appraiser. That'd be the best possible thing, or Thoughtseize. Honestly, it's not bad. We play Harvester, they play Harvester. We can like trade Harvesters and get their and Thoughtseize their Trespasser. It's pretty good. We draw land, but sure. Harvester, go. We draw a not quite a land. Okay, let's Thoughtseize them. Take a look. They've drawn 2 more lands, so we got an ugly game here. Screw versus Flood. We're gonna kill this, and then we're gonna loot away something. All of our cards are good. It's got to be Bolas, I think, unfortunately. However, I know it sucks, but we just need to cast our other cards and make a land drop here. So, unfortunately, while it is very good in the matchup, not very good when you only have 2 lands in play. Don't draw a land again. All right. Screw versus Blood. Who comes out on top? Who comes out on top? They have a Blood in play, so they can replace one of these lands immediately. This is peak Magic the Gathering. 2 lands with a bunch of 3-drops in hand versus 6 lands and nothing in hand. And they draw a spell. Looking like it. No? What's the pause for? Heartless Act. Our hand is very good. As is often the case when your hand is 5 spells. They're like eyeing my graveyard. They're reading Nicol Bolas and like, what is going on here? How did Nicol Bolas end up in this Rakdos deck? End step stomp you, sure. So they play Bonecrusher, we can just Heartless Act it, it's fine. Thoughtseize. Sure. I mean, I guess the worst case would be they take Heartless Act, they play Bonecrusher, we don't draw a land for 3 turns and just die. Which might even be the best course of action because our hand is literally just so good. Like, I would say Appraiser is probably contextually the best card right now, as it trades with Bonecrusher and draws a card. Fable is probably the best card on like in a vacuum, and then Trespassers are also just insanely good too. So like maybe you just take Heartless Act here and try and kill us. Taking a Trespasser. They have Croxa. All right. Well, we have plenty of ways to deal with that. I'm gonna discard Fable because I just want the threats and I want to keep the kill spell. I think actually maybe Heartless Act is fine here. They can Croxa next turn if I don't draw a land. I'm going to discard the Fable. I don't play it safe. Please just draw an untapped land. Do me a favor. It's not much to ask. I'm trying to play some Magic the Gathering here today. They played a 3rd black source. We draw another Appraiser. Alright, you're up. I guess, like, now they Croxa. We Heartless Act it. Once again, just try and draw a land. They're going to play Bonecrusher Giant and play Den of the Bugbear. All right. I can't even put together how that is the right play. With 3 things in my hand, they can exile Croc, so they have a chance to play it and get some more value off of it. But sure. Obviously, we can just kill it, but like get your value, you know, do your thing. Don't get nothing here. But we didn't draw land anyway, so. What turn is this? Alright, so they're going to cast Croxa. We'll discard Corpse Appraiser. We'll Fatal Push the Croxa. One of these days. One of these days. They have another land. Alright, sure. Kill this. Please just draw an untapped land. I'm just begging you. As far as non-untapped land draws go, that was a pretty good one. Because now I can at least kill this thing. Alright. Alright. Oh, yes. We are online. I want double red for Chandra, I guess. And I can't play my poor Corpse Appraiser, but Graveyard Trespasser, come on down. Long time coming. Long time coming. Thoughtseize. Ugh. It's not usual that Thoughtseize is good in a matchup like this on turn 10, but here we are, I guess. Harvester. Alright. Stack up this thing. Eat ourselves a Corpse Appraiser. Play a Bonecrusher. Sego. Gonna try and kill my Trespasser? Sure. Discard that card, my friend. Screw versus Flood. It's a classic. Alright. That is not a blue source, but that's okay. We have lethal on board. Draw an untapped land, we have lethal on board a few different ways. And we got a blood now, too. What a game. What a game of Magic the Gathering. Alright, so it's a mirror. And we're going to want some mirror stuff. The Scarab God. I don't like Fatal Push in the mirror very much. There aren't that many things to kill that cost 2. And it just doesn't trade very well. I don't want to like push a Goblin token. I want to stomp it in theory. So Scarab God. Abrade's fine. Is Abrade better than Heartless Act? Maybe not, actually. Maybe Heartless Act is better. Do I want this Professor Onyx? I don't think so. And then I don't want the counter spells. I don't want the push. I don't want Hearse. Like, they have some graveyard stuff, but like it's not that important. And we have so much graveyard anyway. It doesn't actually matter. I don't think so. Pushes. I also don't love Thoughtseize and mirrors, but they do have some high impact cards that can be hard to deal with on a 1-for-1 basis. So I think I would like 3 Thoughtseize ideally, but I'm not sure exactly what card I want to bring in instead. On the draw also. I think on the draw, Thoughtseize is a little more important too. So you don't want to have them cast Fable first and start like really pulling ahead of you. So like Thoughtseize can kind of break that parity. So probably go to 3 Thoughtseize on the play if we lose game 2. But we're not gonna lose. Come on, get out of here. What do you think this is? Gentlemen, behold, I am Karn. Alright. On the draw. Not a bad base place to be, honestly, in a mid-ranging mirror. As long as things don't snowball horribly or line up really poorly. Opponent's thinking about it, though. Opponent's thinking about it. With the presence of cards like Chandra and Fable, it is important to get them down first. So even though the extra card can be nice, way back in the day, you'd want to occasionally draw in like the super grindy mid-range matchups, just as the extra card mattered more than tempo, but not when there's Planeswalkers and cards like Fable. But I guess my opponent's thinking about it. Alright, they're going first. That's good. It's fun. I feel like you don't really want Scarab God in your opener. You want to draw it on like turn 6 or 7. Because it's probably getting Thoughtseize in the opener, but that's okay. Opponent mulligans we keep. Our hand's not great, but it's fine. It really is totally fun. Black, red. Alright, we draw Fable. Sweet. It's a good draw. Let's play this on red. I guess we have 2 black fast lands, 1 red fast land, so Thoughtseize. Interesting. Alright, so this is a spot where you actively don't want to cast Bloodtithe Harvester because you don't want to give them a target for stomp. So this is a very easy Thoughtseize here. even without a thing to do, you might just not cast Bloodtithe Harvester here. I guess we drew Fable, so we probably would just cast it because we want to not get our Goblin stomped either. But it's important to be aware of. The stomp sub game is a very important one. They have Fable and Chandra, so their hand's good. Their hand's good. They can Fable next turn, and they can Chandra return after. We can't really pressure Chandra at all. Effectively, at least. Although Fable is a better card. So they go land Bonecrusher, we go land Fable. They might Bonecrush, they might not. I mean, they go land Chandra and kill my Fable token. That's bad. I guess we're like building up the Scarab God. It's just Fable. Because Fable gets to loot their lands away too. It just has to be Fable. Fable's just a better card. So Chandra's tough, but we'll see what we can do. See if they want to burn their Bonecrusher or not. Just cast it. They're going to. So now our Fable is like kind of safe for takeoff, which is cool. And there's Fable. Off the top. The old Thoughtseize bug rears its ugly head again. And now we're probably screwed. So they drew the exact card we Thoughtseized, and now they get to get Fable online and Chandra online at the same time. I think we're dead, folks. Probably going to game 3. Unfortunately, sometimes these mid-range mirrors just like line up like this, where like players in the play, they have a good lineup, and then all the cards in these decks snowball so hard that like once you're behind, it's very hard to catch back up. But here comes the Goblin. They discarded the land. Interesting. I don't want to block here, so they can go. They can just go land Chandra, kill this, which would suck, but. Oh my god. They're not casting Chandra? I am floored. Floored. Do they have like a spell they want to kill my Goblin with? Alright, let's discard probably Fable and the tap land. Might end up like Heartless acting the Bonecrusher and attacking and making a treasure. I don't think we need second Fable that bad. I guess we can cast it though. It's cost 3. Maybe let's discard Harvester actually. Just discard Harvester and Xander's Lounge. Draw 2 lands. Alright. Push is okay. I mean, we're gonna move to combat. Do they have a kill spell for my poor Goblin? They don't. Do I want to use Push or Heartless Act? I feel like I want to use Push. It's less efficient, but nah, because I'm wasting a mana. All right, attack with this, and I can use your Volt next turn for this. I'm gonna do this. Make a treasure. Kill Bonecrusher. What are they doing? I don't understand. They had the perfect play. It just chose not to do it, you know? It's very weird. Take 2. Awesome. Just play this and play Fable, and just so you go. We got the frickin' Scarab God next turn, folks. Flip Saga. Now, our flipping Saga triggers Revolt, which can kill the Reflection, which is awesome. I don't know, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But sure, 2-0. 2-0. Round 3. Would like to cast the Bolas, I'm not going to lie. Not have to discard it when I only have 2 lands in my hand. So, let's do our thing here. Alright, there he is. There he is. Xander's Lounge looking a little awkward here. Yeah, we're going to keep. Again, we'll see when we need to cast this Thoughtseize, basically, is the big thing. Blue-white. Okay. We're going to play Xander's Lounge for sake of. Probably playing Harvester on 2. Unless they're like something weird. Oh, nope, there's something weird. Alright, it's not like Reese Fang deck. Oh my god, this deck again? Alright, sure, whatever. Alright, yeah, I mean, we're gonna push and then Thoughtseize, I guess, so. Push, yeah. Thoughtseize, yeah. their hand is. Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize, Shredder, Push. My beautiful Planeswalkers. Well, they have the literal answer for every card in my hand. They have 2 Thoughtseize for the Planeswalkers and the Push for the Bloodtithe Harvester. We're taking the Shredder here, though, because they have a bunch of cheap spells, so... Let's just leave us both with nothing, and they'll draw Power Helion, and we'll draw another Nicol Bolas. That's the idea. That's the idea. Alright, double Thoughtseize. Goodbye, sweet Chandra. Goodbye, sweet Bolas. Not the best draws, but we're drawing live, you know? Got some big ins in the graveyard, but land 4 for them. Fatal Push for them. Bonecrusher Giant. So, big question here, of course, is do we, like, just cast Bonecrusher? I think we do. I'm going to Blood first. I'm going to start there. Alright, can't find anything better. Now we could play high and Eye and stomp them, but I think they're at 16. Bonecrusher is literally a 4-turn clock. Just cast it. They also can't push it. The sizing's pretty good, so... if you looked up worst case scenario in the dictionary, that was it. That was it. The natural draw of the 1 of Sky Sovereign into our Bonecrusher Giant. Please stop. Don't play anything else. Or draw Bolas. That's cool too. Although Sky Sovereign might just eat the Bolas. In the tank. Don't know what they're thinking about. All I know is I want to draw my card per turn. And I want it to be a Bolas. Nicol Bolas. Not Leonin Bolas. In the tank. Untap. Heartless Act. Alright, I mean... attack ya. Want to leave the creatures for our Corpse Appraisers and our other stuffs. Maybe we should play this land. I was holding it to discard like a blood or whatever, but if I had played the land, I could still Heartless Act up to defend against anything. But I think that's a minor mistake, I think. But Hive of the Eye Tyrant, do your thing. Do your thing. Just chomping away here. Just chomping away. Okay. Chandra? Red Hive or plus? Maybe it's plus. It's 1 point of damage. And we might hit a thing here. Sure. So there you go. The Act can kill the Sky Sovereign, so... Well, I get the feeling they're going to go land Power Helion. Oh, yeah. God, called it. Called it. We draw Nicol Bolas to Ravager. What are they at? 8? So we definitely need to leave Heartless Act up. We want to play Bolas and just deal 2, I guess. Works for me. I should have plus this Chandra first, obviously, but whatever. There's that Abrade. No, we can't play Abrade. We just hold Heartless Act. Because, like, now they're at 6, they're dead on board, and we just Heartless Act whatever they crew anyway, so... Alright. Alright. These Grease Fang decks, I don't know. They just never look that good. They just never look that good to me. Alright, so unfortunately, once again, we got to board Bolas out because it's just not really good in this matchup. We want to bring in Abrade, our Hearses, Rays, the Dispute, Heartless Act. I'm going to shave a push and cut the Bolases. A Chandra. I'm going to go to 2 push. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but just the nature of the matchup. Last matchup was supposed to be the one for Nicol Bolas to shine, but we just never drew it. This is fine. All right. Hand is good. Not great, just good. Thoughtseize me. Good thing I got 2 of these. Duress. Yeah, same thing. Take the Abrade. Them taking the Abrade's scary. Because that means they might just be all rolled up here. Turn 2, Informant. Turn 3, Greasefang. And obviously we currently have no answer. That would be the nuts here. Shredder. That's not it. And now the question is, do we just Heartless Act the Shredder right now? Or do we hold it for... We actually can't leave up mana for Greasefang. I'm just going to kill this right now. Also, once it gets counterstop, we can't kill it. So just kill it now. Whatever. Kill it now. Play Fable. If they go run on us, so be it. They need to have Power Helion, have a way to get it in the graveyard, and have Greasefang. Thoughtseize? Absolutely. All day. All day. Now we're in great shape because we have to play Fable and basically draw on it Wheel of Fortune entirely new hand because obviously our hand's garbage right now, so consider. Imagine if they just didn't spike the Power Helion and play Greasefang. That'd be insane. That'd be insane. Alright, land. Gonna kill my goblin probably. We're gonna untap, discard 2 cards. They have 2 cards in their hand. About to get a whole new hand. Thoughtseize, sure. Goodbye, these 2. Actually, I'm going to keep the pathway as a red source. Alright, so discard 2. Draw, stomp, and then another land. Alright, sure, whatever. Let's Thoughtseize them. So, one of those games. Okay, play Bonecrusher Giant, say go. Yeah, I don't know when these Greasefang decks ever look good, but I don't know. We're out. We are out. So they, you know, draw a heater or 2 here, we could be in trouble, but it's bad. It's a good draw. It's a good draw. It's a safety valve against them, like discarding Power Helion at some point and then giving us opportunity to eat it. Take the Shredder. Now you're at 11. This also punches them. They don't have a spell to cast. Obviously, it'll flip. It's 4, 8, 9, 10, and they're just dead. I think they're dead. Alright. Alright. You know what we're going to do? We're playing one more match. Usually we do 3 matches in my videos, but those games kind of sucked. I'm going to be totally honest. So, one more match. Let's go. Let's draw Nicol Bolas and freaking cast it, please. Alright. Good match here. Good match. We got a bonus match. A little bonus content. Nicol Bolas, let's freaking go. Alright? Nicol Bolas, let's freaking go. Lamb chop sing along over here. This is the game that never ends. Alright. Mountain, go. Alright. Our hand can be a little better, obviously, but Mountain, go. You got a little mono red? Alright. I mean, Nicol Bolas the Ravager should be good, though. We could draw some spells, too. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Thanks God for Fable, huh? Thank God for Fable the Mirror Breaker. Just gonna draw 2 more spells here, probably. Hopefully, maybe. And Bolas the Ravager should be really good here. A 4/4, but makes him discard a card. Just phenomenal value, so it's got Menace, right? Alright. Look, it's Ragavan. Dashing in here. Make a treasure. Exile top card. We're at 17. They play a tap land. I'm gonna stomp my poor goblin. It's fine. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Windfall my lands, please. I guess we'll keep Hive of the Eye Tyrant because we're so freaking flooded, so I'm gonna keep a black land. Alright. Draw Thoughtseize Harvester. That's pretty good, actually. I actually think I like Thoughtseize Harvester here instead of playing the Ravager. We're scared of cards like Embercleave, Torbrand. There's a lot of big things I can play next turn, and our life total is decently high enough. So, Alright, it's Chain Whirler, 3 lands. They do have Remnant Ruins and 2 Bugbears, so... Play Hive and just say go. Make a Blood, say go. Now our Blood can sacrifice to get another card, which is good. Bolas not looking so good because their hand's so bad. Obviously, they have many things to discard, but... Kari saves in for 3. And we're also going to flip our Fable next turn, too. Save a lot of blockers. Just like, don't draw Embercleave, you know? Just the usual mono red stuff. Just don't draw Embercleave, please. Alright, play land. Play Bolas. Discard a card. And breed some Blue Flame Hellions here. Just gonna say go. And don't draw Embercleave. It's as simple as that. If you draw Embercleave, we're dead. I really did not enjoy that standard format very much, having to say that sentence 10 times a stream. Well, we're dead if I don't have Embercleave. Alright. Dead if no Embercleave. Oh, here they come. I mean, this is a really easy block with no Embercleave, but... Actually, well, they didn't attack with this or play a Lance. They don't have Embercleave here, which is great. So, block with Harvester. We're giving up the potential of Reflections plus Harvester. You know what? Let's see. This thing flips at 7 mana. We have a Bonecrusher in our hand. So obviously the Reflection plus Harvester is very, very good. We can keep copying it and killing things over and over and over again, which is great. The question is, do I want to try and keep that, which they could break up with a removal spell, and keep my Bolas? Which we are a few turns away from flipping. So we also want to blood this land away too. I was going to block here. I was going to block like this. I'm just going to block like this. I'm going to keep my Harvester Reflection intact and make them deal with that. So we're going to blood this land away. We're not going to have 7 mana for this, so... Alright, so they're out. They got nothing left. Ward 11. And all of our stuff is dead. They got Den of the Bugbear. We got Bonecrusher Giant. We're looking pretty good here. However, we got to keep this blood. Because we're going to copy this. We need 2 bloods to kill this Kari Zev. So, untap. Draw another land. Tilt. Reflections. Copy Harvester. Wait, is this a... Yeah, it's a mountain in their hand, right? Yeah, okay. Copy this. 2 bloods. Kill this. It's funny, because now I'm actually going to blood a land away. Let's see what we can draw. Heartless Act. I might just blood another land away, actually. Alright. Okay. Attack with this, because we're not going to block with it, so... And now, we're just going to say go. Hold the pathway. Discard the bloods. They want to fire a Bugbear, we kill it. They play a creature, we kill it. It does actually end the battlefield with a counter on it, but we got the Bugbear here, so we're good to go, so... Stop this. It's probably going to lock things up for the most part. Another Bugbear. Another Stomp, sure. Alright, play this on red. Play Bonecrusher Giant. Copy Bonecrusher Giant. Attack for a bunch. They're at 10. We have Stomp and Heartless Act up. And a blocker. Looking pretty good. Alright, sure. Sure. Sweet. We won the game. And we cast Nicol Bolas. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Bring in Heartless Act, Meathook Massacre, Abrade. I just think Scarab God's pretty good here. Maybe not, actually. We're going to cut 4 Thoughtseize. That's pretty easy. We are at the mercy of Embercleave a little bit, but we obviously have kill spells and Abrade, so keep all the boluses. Ray's not good. Duress is not good. Those aren't good. Just Scarab God or nah. I don't think so. I think this is just good. This just looks good for us. Our lands aren't that painful, which is great, so... Get a nice fast bonus match in here. And all we got to do is cast Nicol Bolas Planeswalker now. Double Ravagers on $1. We're going to keep this. It's Stomp, Fatal Push, and pretty good mana. We also want to draw a land, but they mulliganed. Tap land, Fatal Push, Stomp is the worst case scenario, and that's still pretty good. And we just draw a land, it's pretty good for us too, so. Like any land here in our hand's phenomenal, so. Robber's good. Robber's good. trying to rob you. They take a... That's pretty good hit. Bonecrusher Giant. We draw. Alright, well... We need to draw land, but... We've got the tools. One whirly boy. Alright, we drew the land. Excellent. We're going to Corpse Appraiser here and set up for next turn. So, Corpse Appraiser. Can't block Chain Whirler, obviously, but look at the top 3. Taking the land over anything, so take the land. And say go. Start dropping boluses. Start dropping bolus bombs. Tap land. Many bugbears. Many bugbears. Ooh. The Dragon God. Alright. So, options here. We could just Chandra and eat a Chain Whirler and make them attack it. We could play Bolus, but it doesn't necessarily block super well due to the fact that there's First Strike on the Chain Whirler, so any burn spell would finish off the Bolus before it could deal damage. However, they do have 2 cards in hand, so just kind of going Bolus here seems pretty good. I'm gonna play Bolus. Alright. Breathe that Blue Flame. They discarded a Robber the Rich. That's actually good for us, because Robber the Rich would have gotten them the Bonecrusher. This last card must be really good. I'm terrified. It's probably Embercleave. I'm terrified. What happens if it's Embercleave? Oh, Sean. Ooh, that's a really good one, too. Alright. That's really good. They can kill my Bolus, but now they gotta leave a Chain Whirler back. Nope, they're not gonna defend Chandra. Alright, so... Alright. I think might be dead. But it's all on Bolus here. We're just gonna play Bolus and hope it works. We're dead to a land. We're dead to a lot of stuff. But we gotta kill Chandra. And we gotta put things on the board. I guess the other option is to like stomp Chandra, Heartless Act one of these, and leave back Appraiser. That's pretty good too, actually. They get their last card, super nice too, though. And the last card is, in theory, maybe good. They might have kept Chandra over Robber the Rich. So it's like, get their last card and make another blocker and kill this. Or stomp this and Heartless Act one of these. And if they draw a land, I can Corpse Appraiser block down to the Bugbear. It's still really bad, but... I reach Bolus. Bolus, discard. It's an Abrade. Kill Chandra. Just hope they draw like a, Kamano, whatever, something or other. Or, I think best draw is Den of the Bugbear for us. Alright, we're blocking. What do you got? You got Stomp. Stomp's good. Alright, it's good. The good news is that, like, it doesn't actually add to the board. So, man, we stink. Just keep drawing, non-lands. I think we're dead. Just a little too clunky. And the Chain Whirler's First Strike is just a little too much. I'm gonna Chandra minus, and we're just gonna die. We could leave up Heartless Act, kill one of these, jump block one of them, and maybe stomp a Bugbear, but they just like casted their Bonecrusher and like, I don't know. This way, if the Appraiser can chomp, it can't. Alright, so we're dead. Unless they mistakenly attack Chandra, we're dead. So we're dead. Alright, so, I mean, we could have maybe Heartless Acted. So if you Heartless Act there, hold up Stomp. The problem is, like, we might not get to use the Stomp, which is just not good enough mana efficiency, so that's okay. The Chain Wars didn't lined up pretty good against us. All of our 3-3s couldn't block 3-3 First Strikers, so no problem. No problem. Mono right on the play, gets it done. On the play, game 3, all the marbles. Hands, great. Like, actively great. Stomp, Trespasser, Chandra. We even have the Abrade plus Chandra, which is great, too. You can go Chandra plus Abrade, or Stomp. Firebrand. Say go with Stomp and Abrade up. Take one. They play cards that we kill it. Burning Emissary. That's pretty good. Burning Tree. Karizev. Okay. I think we Abrade Karizev, cast Trespasser. Sure. This thing's hard to get through, so do this, gain a little life. It'll cost them a card to get through it. Next turn we can go Stomp or Chandra. We draw a land. We draw a land, we can go Chandra plus Stomp, which is great. So, alright, they're taking me 2 cards. They're at 19. This is a pretty big cost for them. They discarded a mountain. Land. Yes! Chandra. Plus. Red. Stomp. So, hopefully, Chandra lives through return. We'll see. They can't like land they can't land Hazard here. That would be the actual worst. All right, Chandra's not as bad. We can battle back on that.
It's my turn.
Chandra red.
Today's my lucky day. Feel my pain.
Why you gotta be so rude? How good is this card against us? Good lord, red cap melee. Oh my god. All right, that's really bad for us. Play Bonecrusher and say go. Crusher can pressure Sean. They could just kill it though. So, well, they kill it, though we stomp it, which isn't that bad. All right, this is actually that bad. So they kill that. They drew a tap land. That was very lucky. That was very lucky. All right, so let's draw Daddy Bolas. Let's draw Daddy Bolas, Planeswalker. Let's go. Play Bonecrusher, say go. We'll block and trade with the Bugbear. We got Meathook Massacre to mop up, which is great. Yeah, we'll trade. Because we have Massacre specifically, we're trading here. So, another Castle Embers. We draw Corpse Appraiser. Sick. Get the Burning Emissary. Look at the top cards. Abrade, Push, Harvester. We have Stomp for Den of the Bugbear. I think I could take Abrade as like super insurance for Embercleave. I don't think we need to do that, honestly. Just take the Harvester. Take Harvester and just say go. They know we've been to Braid Fatal Push. Means they might not fire up the Bugbear, but cool. Oh, they are going to fire it up. Oh my god, this is so good for us. Oh, they're going to castle. What? What are they doing? Nothing. This is fine. So we're gonna Meathook Massacre them next turn. I'm gonna stomp their Burning Tree and just Massacre for 1 next turn. This is fine. Okay. They can like kill their own goblin so there's no damage done here, or life gained. No, I screwed it up. So we take 1, then gain 1. They shot their own goblins. Better for them. So we gain nothing. Oh, I guess it's the same actually, right? Yeah, it's the same. Whatever. And then we just go land. We can go land Bonecrusher, or we can just cast the Harvester and make a blood. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep the land in my hand. Try to avoid flooding out here, because that's probably our one way to lose. So, board's great. Bonecrusher at the ready. They draw Chain Whirler, which is only okay here. They draw a Bugbear. Stupid Chain Whirler's good. All right, let's get rid of this coast. Let's draw another Harvester. That's so awkward because we could have killed this thing if we had still had the Blood in play. Alright, so can't attack, play Bonecrusher, play land, say go. Having Massacre in play is super nice also, because now all these exchanges are in our favor. Just like a little life here, a little life there. BTE. Bugbear, sure. It's aggressive. It's aggressive. Alright. We get to kill Chain Whirler here, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm down with this. This is good. This is good trades, honestly. This is great. So, like, we trade Bonecrusher for Chain Whirler, Harvester for Bugbear, and take one, but like gain some life in the exchange also. Draw Fatal Push. It's a good draw. Interesting here. We could just Bugbear and turn the corner. Just playing Harvester's not very mana efficient. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna hold Fatal Push up though. I'm actually not gonna push the Burning Tree. I don't think. It's 2-turn clock. We'll just do it. What are we scared of right now? You know, I guess literal worst case scenario would be Hazard off the top, and even then, like, it's not that bad. And they're just dead on board at present. So. Chain Whirler. Annoying, but sure. Third 6. Hive. Alright. Blood the Hive. Immediately. You're killing me, Smalls. Alright. I mean, now they actually have, like, outs. Bugbear. Alright. Goes to night. Never mind. We're good. Alright, we're good. Straight Reacher with no counters on it. And they're at 6. They're dead. Cool. Alright. We'll take it. Undefeated run. Grixis Bolas. We never freaking cast Nicol Bolas Dragon God, unfortunately, which makes me sad. But matchups dictated. We boarded it out in 2 of them, unfortunately. And it is that kind of mid-range control breaker for sure. Deck's super sweet. I mean, honestly, mid-range is kind of king right now in Explorer, and this is kind of like the mid-range deck that tries to beat the other mid-range decks. Both Nicol Bolas are very, very good in mid-range matchups. And you're still playing all the other good cards too at a very low cost. The Xander's Lounges are a little awkward. I wouldn't mind if you could find a way to build the mana base without playing Xander's Lounge to try and avoid the tap land. But all in all, sweet. Cool stuff. Super fun deck. Again, built by my teammate Mike Zigrist. It's funny because it resembles the Pro Tour deck we played at the last Pro Tour in Standard, but just in Explorer, which is pretty fun. So that's the deck. I'm Jim Davis, CoolStuffInc.com. Go to CoolStuffInc.com for your game shopping needs. Promo code Jim5, 5% off your order, and get a free Goblin token. And free content every weekday, no paywall ever. I do a video article Monday, which you're watching right now, and a written article Friday. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to CoolStuffInc.com and read the article that goes along with it. All right, because that's just what you should be doing, of course. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.